And earlier I spoke with Jim Hall, managing partner with Hall and Associates. He is also former chairman of the U.S. National Transportation Safety Board, and I asked him about the combined efforts by the numerous countries in this search operation.
The big problem here is not having one country responsible for the investigation. And in this case, if it's the Malaysian government, then they need to have a civilian representative that is a spokesperson for this investigation and provides the families first, and then the rest of the interested world, the factual information, which seems to be dribbling out from several different sources.
And at this point, it seems that people are turning to Malaysian officials for any information. What do you make of the criticisms that have been out there so far on how this is being handled?
Well, I think it's, to this point, the situation has, unfortunately, does not appear to be, have been handled very well. And the individuals that are suffering the most are the families of Flight 370. They deserve to know as much information, and they need to know that information before it's made available to the general public.
Well, how do these countries working together share their expertise and information during search and rescue operations of this scale? Well,
it requires someone to bring them together and coordinate. We had to do that with the Egypt Air investigation. We had to do it with the Bergen Air investigation, which involved 7 or 8 countries. When you have many nationalities and many countries with an interest in an aviation accident, there has to be one nation that's responsible, and there needs to be a spokesperson that all of the nations can rely on to provide the factual information required, so that we don't see a situation here where the search is one place and then the search is in another place. All of the information that the Malaysian government has needs to be made available, and needs to be available for all the worldwide experts that have been volunteered to assist on this tragedy.
Well, I'd like you to bring in your own personal experiences in other search and rescue efforts, including the technology, the organization. Is it simply that there just is no information, or is it being handled completely the wrong way and it's out there, it just needs to be found?
Well, remember, we're in a race against time, because the pinger, the emergency locating transmitter, has a battery life. And if the aircraft is under the ocean any number of feet, you've got to be able to get a naval ship or some type of commercial ship with the right electronic equipment over that site in order to hear the pinger, in order to determine the exact location of the wreckage. The most important thing, again, if there has been an accident in this situation, is to get the flight data recorder and the cockpit voice recorder. That is the most important information for the investigation, for the investigators, and for the families, and then for the world to know.